temperature in the village square seems to drop by 5 degrees. Did you really think you'd lay a paw on me? You, a great brute who relies on sheer strength. Well, you have strength, I'll grant you that. There's no finesse to your movements. You have no technique. Technique? What do you mean, no technique? I've been training my body long before you were born, brat. Don't act so high and mighty just because you got lucky. Blake rears back on his heels. He springs forward yet again, but how predictable. Neve sidesteps him neatly. Her simple skirt flutters around her legs as she moves again. How did you dodge that? It's quite simple, really. You communicate each of your movements well in advance by your posture and your expression. I thought, judging by your previous boast, you might have 1 or 2 tricks up your sleeve, but apparently not. Why you? You disappointed me. A man like you has no right to breathe in the same air as my mistress, let alone look at her or touch her, or ask for an apology. Well, shit. So, goodbye. You can repent on your actions as far as long as you want while you're in your grave. Neve raises her right hand. Oh my god. All of a sudden, in a burst of dark energy. It's not magic. It is magic. She's a mage after all. Blake's body's engulfed by plumes of fire. He goes flying through the air, his sheer bulk crashing into his stall, sullen fine. Headscarves reducing into splinters. God damn it, we're gonna have to pay for that. Say, Neve, why don't you and I intervene? This young lady may need our aid. Oh my. He bows her head, a small, thin smile captures her lips. I, too, was thinking the same thing. There's nothing I would love more than teaching a group of ruffians a good lesson. But when Neve and I make it to the source of the commotion... Wait, where are the bandits? Fortunately, it appears as though there were no bandits. We were too hasty in our assumptions, milady. That figures. And I was looking forward to using a dark flame spell, too. Oh, well, I suppose it's a good thing this young woman hasn't come to any real harm. But then, why is she crying? Well, damn, that's a fucking outfit. Why is she wearing fur? Seems like it's spring. Why would you be wearing fur? Who fucking knows? When I call her a young woman, but she's rather short with a sweet heart-shaped face and hair. She's probably a few years younger than I am, but I can't pinpoint her exact age. In this day and age, you can't do that shit anytime. No, she looks like she's 28, she's 16. God damn. The girl is on her hands and knees. She's scrabbling around in the dirt, pushing twigs and leaves to one side. She's looking for something. All the while, she's mumbling to herself under her breath. It's gotta be somewhere. I know I dropped it somewhere around here, but where? Oh, this ain't good. I don't remember. The longer her search is, the more desperate she seems to get. Tears slowly trickle down her cheek. They're flushed bright red. She's concentrating so hard, I don't think she's noticed Neve and me. Mother will be so mad if I don't find it. But, wow, it's me. I have no idea where it would be. Oh, I'm so unlucky. Why do these things always happen to me? She's clumsy type. The distressed girl pauses, her finger curls into a fist, and then all of a sudden she punches the ground. Maybe she's trying to elevate some of her anxiety, but... Ow! It doesn't work. The girl hisses in pain and draws her hand back. It looks like she accidentally hit the root of a tree. Her knuckles were already dirty, but now they're cut and bruised, starting to bleed. This sucks, I can't stand it. She holds her hand to her chest, rocks back and forth slowly. This is the worst day of my life by far. I'll never find it, I'll never be able to go home. Mother will have my head for sure. Ah, there it is, the despairing howl. That's what drew Neve and I to this girl in the first place. More tears fall from the girl's eyes. They land on the muddy ground with a series of soft splashes. If nothing else, at least her distress is providing nutrients for the trees and plants. That's one way to talk about it. I halfway expected Neve and her to show, our character mainly, not Neve, to be like, bandits, no bandits. Well, shit, nothing for us to do here. Time to leave. It's like Goblin Slayer. That's not a goblin! And then he lost all intent to fight it. This girl looks like she's in quite the fix. Indeed it does. Do you think we should help her? We could, but she doesn't look like she has 2 pennies to rub together. I'm sure she's from a poor family. She has nothing to offer us, and we have no reason to help her. You didn't seem opposed to the idea of helping her when there were possibly bandits for us to attack. That's different. I'm always prepared to take down a ragtag group of hoodlums. Neve cracks her knuckles together. The disturbing smile surfaces on her lips once more, but unfortunately it vanishes soon. But there's no satisfaction in gained from aiding a poor peasant girl like this. You used to be a poor peasant girl like her, so this is... Calm down. If I were you, my lady, I'd leave her and be on my way. If you gave ruffians like this an inch, they'll make a mile. They'll take a mile and the clothes off your back and the money in your pocket to boot. She's probably not wrong about that, though. I do want to help her, though. You might have a point, but... I look back at the young girl. She's sobbing in earnest, like her heart might break. She isn't even trying to look for whatever she dropped. Maybe she's given up. I can't believe, how could I have been so clumsy? I'm useless. That's what Mother will say when I return home for certain. You're useless, Fione. Fione, is that her name? It's a soft, delicate kind of name. Despite her rough manner of speech, it suits her. Though her face is wet and her eyelashes are clumped together from crying, she's a very pretty girl. My guilty conscience starts prickling. I can't just leave her, not like this. That would be too cruel. I want to help her all the same. She looks like she could use a friend, and I doubt she'll find any companions around here. Well, you are my mistress. I can't tell you what to do, but please be careful. Even the most fragrant of roses can have thorns. That's a fucking great line, and it is an actual fucking phrase people use. Good. Like you mean? Oh no, nothing like me. I'm devoted to you entirely, milady. I swear to the stars. This girl, however, I'd be careful of her. She may be more willy than she looks. I appreciate Neve's concern, but an unwashed little ragmuffin like this should pose no problems. She's just gonna probably try to rob you. I'm sure this girl would be so grateful for my help. She'll think I was sent to her by the gods themselves. She's probably not gonna do that. Girls like this have always seemed to be the superstitious sorts. When you have no money or possessions in the world, superstitions are all you can have to believe in. Young girl, is your name perhaps Fiona? Oh? Fiona. Fione. Is it Fione? Fione or Fione? I'm gonna say Fione. Fione. Or Ione. You could say that as fucking silence. I'm gonna say Fione. Wait, no. Fione? We'll say Fione because it's more feminine. It sounds because it's like Fiona. Fione. Fione lifts her head. She looks at me, sniffling, and wipes her eyes with the back of her arm. In the process, she managed to smear a streak of dirt across her cheek. It makes her look even more pathetic than she does already. Wow. Sure, judiciously? I decide not to pass comment. Yes, my name is Fiona, and who are you? My name is better not say my real name. Violet. And this is my companion, Neve. The two of us were traveling through the Roseberry Forest when we happened to hear a commotion. Oh my, was I really being that loud? You were being quite loud, yes. But no worry, I've seen your tears and decided to help you. First, however, can you stand? Oh yes, miss. There ain't nothing wrong with my body, but... Fiona gets to her feet. She wipes the dirt and grass from her thighs and fingers, of course. Since her fingers are also dirty, she succeeds in smearing the filth around. You see, kind miss, my mother gave me something to sell at the market. A right pretty trinket it was. What was it exactly? It was a ring, my mother's wedding ring to be precise, made from goblin heen silver. It's the most expensive item we own in the whole house and Mother loved it so much. But Fiona's expression controls. She sniffles. Father died 3 summers ago, and though my mother's been working her fingers to the bone, bless her, she has so many children there. It just ain't enough money to feed us all. It almost broke my poor mother's heart, but she told me to take her wedding ring, the only memento she has left of our father, and sell it at the market. I would probably be the one, if we find the ring, first off, to just be like, alright, how about this? Keep the ring, and I'll give you the money. I'll give you enough money. I'll give you whatever amount they're, like, since we're this close to the market, like, however much they're willing to give you, I'll double it, just to say, unless it's not a decent amount. It's like, I'll double it so you can live pretty for a little bit, and keep the ring. I would rather you keep it. I told Mother not to, and asked her if there wasn't If there wasn't there, what? If there was not there some other, if there was there some other, okay. But she was firm, miss. She said, that was probably a mess up in translation. She said it was the quickest way to get money, and with the money we can buy food, and then we won't starve. My baby brothers and sisters looking awfully peaky, and I'm so worried about them. But, she trembles. In my clumsiness, I dropped the ring. Now I have nothing to sell at the market. I've lost my mother's ring to boot. The biggest part about dropping a ring, you dropped it in the forest of all the fucking places you could drop it. My poor mother. She's entrusted that ring of hers to me, which she loves so dearly, and I've wasted her sacrifice. I've ruined everything with my accursed clumsiness. How long have you been looking for the ring? Oh, I don't remember, miss. It's been so long, for a few hours at least. All I have to show is 4 cuts and bruises. Maybe I'll never find it. Maybe it's too late. Well, where'd you drop it at? We'll comfort her. It's never too late, Fionn. Miss? I rest the hand on Fionn's shoulder, dirty though it is, and give her a reassuring smile. My companion and I will help you find the ring, isn't that right, Neve? If that is what you wish. Neve drops a neat curtsy, but her expression is cool and inscrutable. That is, if the ring even exists. And 30 minutes later, wow, thank you, kind missus. I can't believe you really found it. Fionn smiles happily. She holds the ring on her palm and closes her fingers around it protectively. She's overjoyed and she's practically beaming. If she were a dog, she'd probably be wagging her tail right about now. Come to think of it, with the dirt streaked on her cheeks and evident gratitude on her eyes, she'd make a pretty good pet. Training her shouldn't be too hard. I'm like over here, shouldn't I bring her into my family? She could it's like this would help her family out too. Don't mention it, little puppy. I pat her on the head. Call her a puppy. I pat her on the head. Messing her already messy hair beneath my fingers. Fionn doesn't bat my fingers away. Instead, she bows her head and lets herself be coddled. Does she like the attention? Oh, miss, you're a peach. A real peach. It's rare to meet one as helpful as you. I was simply trying to do the right thing. Only a heartless brute would fail to show compassion for a lovely woman like yourself. Neve, no one. Then most people in Azaf must be heartless, miss. Sometimes I have wondered. Few travelers passed me by in the woods already, but none of them have stopped to help me. You're different, miss. I could sense it from you. You must have a kind soul. Oh, my poor little puppy. If only she knew who I really was. Well, if you really make her your puppy or your pet or someone involved with you at all, you gotta tell her your name. If she realized I was the dreaded Dark Witch Violo, would she be afraid of me? Probably, if not now, later. I doubt she'd let me pat her head then. Now, I can sell that ring at the market, hopefully. I'll fetch a tidy profit. I wonder. Neve, who's been silently up at this point, examines the ring in Fionn's palm. You said this ring was made of goblin hewn silver, did you not? That's what I've heard, miss. How strange. Goblin hewn silver doesn't go cloudy like that. The color's not quite right. Oh, got an eye for jewelry, have you, miss? I have an eye for forgeries. Oh, nice. Are you sure you're telling us the truth? I'm always truthful, miss. My mother told me that the ring was made by goblins, and why should I doubt her word? If your mother truly believes that, she was probably tricked. This ring doesn't look expensive to me. It's a piece of mere custom jewelry, really. And it's gaudy, too. I doubt you'll fetch much for it. Neve sighs and folds her arms. I can't believe I had to scrabble around in the dirt for this. This ring is hardly worth it. Well, Fionn's cheeks turn pale beneath the fine layer of dirt. It might not be as fancy as the things you're used to, miss, but it's worth for me. I've always thought this ring was made from goblin helm silver. If it ain't, then I've been duped. It might have been worth as much as I thought. It might not be worth as much as I thought, but it should fetch a little bit of money, enough to feed my family for a few more days at least. You said you were hurting for money. Horribly so, miss. I don't mean to sound mopey, not after you've helped me, but times are hard. I have 5 brothers and sisters. God damn. Wait, like each? Or are we talking in general? It doesn't say each. I guess in general. So 5 brothers and sisters altogether. 5. Like, we're not saying she has 5 sisters and 5 brothers. We're saying in total. I have 5 brothers and sisters. That really does fucking sound like it, though. Shit. Does that mean 10? Shit, alright, well, I'm gonna assume she means she has 10 goddamn siblings. With another one on the way. God, shit. And our father died so suddenly but 4 months ago. Even if we sell this ring, I'm not sure how we are to survive. Then here, I reached in my pocket to draw out a few gold coins. It's nothing more than pocket change to me. I have thousands upon thousands of gold coins back in my house. Handing away a few pennies won't make a dent in my finances, but the little thief scroll staring at my palm and object wonder. That's 8 gold pieces there. What of it? That's more money than I've seen in my one place in my whole life. And I'm thrifty, which I always am. There should be enough money here to feed my whole family for a year. But I can't accept that kindness, can I? Of course you can. That's why I'm offering the money to you. Or do you think this is some kind of trick? Oh, miss, you've been so kind to me already, I couldn't. She's right, she can't, or at least she shouldn't. Neve, look, Neve. I turn to look at my maid, perplexed. Neve looks back at me, her eyes are narrowed and her lips are pursed. Why are you doing this, milady? I'm just helping a girl in need. Is that such a terrible thing? I applaud you for your philanthropy, but we already helped her find her ring. Do we really need to offer her more aid? Little girl. Neve rounds up on the thief girl, her hands on her hips now. If you're desperately in need of money, like you say, you should seek alms at the church. Don't try and siphon spare coins from a mistress. It's most unseemly. Oh, miss, I wasn't trying to make her feel guilty. The bad thing is you call her mistress, so she's gonna make you think you're a maid, obviously. Don't be so cruel to the girl, Neve. I'm offering her money of my own volition. But for what cause? She has nothing to pay you back with. Her cute smile is payment enough. Eh? Fion's face flushes redder. She presses her fingertips against her cheeky shoulder. But you do yourself a disservice. You're more adorable than you think. Despite the dirt and grime, and I happen to have a soft spot for cute girls. Neve sighs again. You can be surprisingly simple at times, my lady. I'm a simple woman with simple needs. Well, if you have your heart set on this act of petty charity, I can't stop you, but that doesn't mean I support you either. As life is full of hungry and poor, you can't help them all. It's foolish to try. In my humble opinion, it's better to look after for your own wants and needs first. I don't need to look after myself. I have you to do that for me, don't I? Well, now it's Neve's turn to blush. She turns her head away, her cheeks turning pink. I suppose so, yes. Now to business. I look back at the thief girl. I can't stand the thought of her family going hungry, and I have more than enough money, so take it. I press the coins onto the thief's hand. I can't make you accept this gift, of course, but it would be to your benefit if you did. Who knows what might happen to your family without it? Well, even if there truly ain't no catch, then... Oh, miss, you were so kind. Oh, I was like a attacked Fionn throws her arms around me in a tight, warm embrace. I would be scared because I would be like, I would be like, yes, a hug. She's a thief, though. After the hug, check all your possessions. She's shorter than me and her head rests against my breast, still despite being so tiny. She has a grip as strong as iron. Maybe that's because she was born as a common laboring family. Hers are fingers that are no doubt accustomed to hard work. I'm aware that her fingertips are still flaked with the grime, her nails stuffed with enough dirt to start her own ant farm, but I don't want to push her away. Not when she looks so cheerful. Miss, I'm so happy my poor heart could break. Why would your heart break from happiness? That sounds painful. I'm so overjoyed that this is a little painful, miss. My chest feels tight. I hope I don't cry. I don't want to cry, but my fiance sniffs. She rubs her head against my chest, burying her nose between my cleavage. It's a strange feeling, but it's not entirely unpleasant. Hey, I hope you're not beginning to wipe your filthy nose on my esteemed mistress. That ain't my intention, miss. Good, if it was, I'd have to flambe you. Jesus. I'm glad Neve cares about me so much, but sometimes she can take it a little too far. Neve, if you burn this cute girl to a crisp, I'll be very, very angry with you. Yes, my lady, I understand. Good. Oh, miss, Sweet miss, I'm so sorry I haven't cried in years. You learn how to be strong, you do, when you have too many mouths to feed and you're always starving. I've scrambled around in the dirt midwinter to find scraps to feed my family or stolen food from my wild dogs. And I ain't never cried. But this is something else. It's like that of a miracle. I don't have much faith of the gods, but you're making me reconsider. You must have been sent from heaven above. Oh, you flatter me. I don't come from heaven. There's nothing angelic about me. You seem angelic, though, enough in my eyes. Yeah, well, that's angelic is it's a word of like a perception. It's a perceptionist. Is that a fucking word? Perceptuous? Like the perceptuous? I don't know about that. If it is, fucking like slap me in the comment section. Like literally have a comment that say slap. Don't liken me to the sexual bleedings. Please, it's ill-fitting. If you must call me anything, you should call me mistress instead. Then I will. Thank you, mistress. Fia nuzzles her cheek against my cheek. Your chest, sorry. I rest my hand on top of her head and run my fingers through her flyway hair. Good puppy. I see she can be obedient. That's nice. She really makes a good pet. She really would make a good pet. I've wanted to have a cute little girl like this at my beck and call for a little while now. And Neve being my maid doesn't really count. A harem can't be comprised of one girl. I need much more than that. It's like a girl version of fucking the guy off High School DxD. Except not as bad, not as perfect. She's just like, I need a harem. I just need a harem, casually. I am the great dark witch, Viola. I want to conquer as many cute girls as I can and bring them to my side as my little subjects. Yes, that is my true ambition. That is what I live for. Would she join me at my castle if I asked? It's worth a shot, I guess. Say, Fiona. Just as I'm ready to make a proposal, Fiona breaks the embrace. She takes a few steps backwards, face shining with happiness. Thank you so kindly, mistress. She bows to me. And you, miss. She bows to Neve. Now I don't need to sell my mother's precious ring. I can return home and tell my family the good news. Goodbye, and I'm so glad I met the pair of you. But Fiona, god damn it. Fiona turns and darts away to the undergrowth. Her hair flutters behind her as she runs. I'd be so tempted to be like, all right, do we want to run after her? Should we catch up? Should we like go to her village sometime and talk to her there? She moves quickly, fast and fleeting like a rabbit. She must know her way around the forest well. Despite being so small, she seems rather self-assured and dependable. But if that's the case, something isn't right about that girl. Why do you say that, Neve? I don't think she was being entirely honest with us. I don't buy that story about selling the ring. The ring was cheap. No self-respecting merchant would pay more than 1 bronze coin for it. She must have known that. She said her mother told her it was a goblin hewn. And nobody with that modicum of intelligence would know it to be a lie. Mark the way she runs too. She's fast and knows the lie of the land. She doesn't have a clumsy, awkward step. But if she isn't clumsy and she's familiar with the forest, how could she have tripped and dropped the ring? You got a point. Do you think she was lying to me? I'm almost positive, my lady. It's not an uncommon trick. Thieves will pretend to have dropped something and ask for assistance while you help them search. They pick your pocket and run away. But you were watching her, Neve. She didn't do anything like that, did she? No, not that I saw. But thieves can be awfully sly. Yes, check your stuff. I think you're being too paranoid. Oh no, my lady. I know from rough upbringing in Alberg, that one can never be too paranoid. Not if they want to keep hold of what coins they possess. I gave my coins to her willingly. I suppose you did. Even if she was trying to steal from me, there wasn't anything left in my pocket worth stealing. Nothing other than I slammed my fingers dark before searching. Where's that necklace? I think it was a ruby necklace, one of the two. It's a priceless object. I can't stand to be parted from, so I always bring it with me at all costs. I thought it was right in my pocket, but it seems empty. Can't feel the necklace, just lint. Ah, what is it, my lady? Did you lose something? I'm not sure. There's no sense jumping to conclusions just yet. Our pocket's empty, but what about the left? I was searching there, my fingertips brushing his fabric, but there's nothing there. It's empty. It's gone. That bitch! Neve, who didn't expect my outburst, jumps. What? That little charlatan? She's no obedient puppy after all. She was nothing but a cunning jackal. Oh, Neve, she stole my necromancer's ruby necklace. Your necklace, but my lady, I can bring the dead back to life. I know. If anybody other than skilled mages were to get their hands on it, then I'd be like, alright, it's time. We're gonna follow her, and it's time for me to get out these clothes. But time to turn off this spell. All of a sudden, the still air is split by a loud, alarming scream. I know that scream. I recognize the voice. It's the little thief girl. See, she's swiftly meeting her company. Come on, Neve, let's go. I narrow my eyes. We have a little mouse to catch. She fell over again. She brought the dead back to life without trying to. What's going on? Somebody, anybody, help! Fiona's being back in the corner. She's pressed against the tree. Skeletal. Yep. Some of these skeletons are holding weapons and tarnished sword here and crackle spear there. I'd be like, you bitch. This is why you don't steal from me. Just steal from me, and this happens. Oh, I let it fucking just happen. Shouldn't help you. But you know what? Just because you got a fucking family, I'll let you live, but you gotta give me my necklace back. Otherwise, you're dying here and now. Okay? That's it. A handful are wearing metal helmets, others have shields. The ground beneath my feet looks like it's been tilled by a plow. Those clods of dirt peppered the ground. Skeletons alerted by the necromancer's ruby necklace must have been awoken from their slumber beneath the earth. I wonder how all these skeletons ended up in the Roseberry Forest. Maybe there was a war, some kind of battle that would explain the weapons that the dead soldiers are clutching to their bony fingers. How old must these old piles of bones be? They must hold quite a grudge for them to spring back to, well, not life, but half-life so readily. Goodness, this is such a mess. Neve sighs and presses her fingers against her forehead. This is what happens when little girls with no understanding of magic steal things that don't belong to them. Neve's right. A talented mage like myself would be able to carry the necromancer's ruby necklace to a graveyard and not wake a single sleeping corpse. Mages like myself are aware of our own power. As such, we know how to control it. Girls like Fiona, however, do not. I doubt Fiona even knew the item she stole was used in necromancy. She probably saw the gemstone and thought it was pretty and swiped it. When we were embracing, probably. Like I said, the hug. It would have been easy for her to slip her hand out of her pocket unseen and unnoticed and take my precious necklace. Especially with how long you guys hugged. Well, now she's paying the price. And she probably got it when she, the very end when she was, like, doing the whole affectionate thing. This is creepy. Get away from me. The skeletal soldiers, of course, don't listen to her. Fiona might be the owner of a necromancer's ruby necklace, but they must know on an instinctive level she isn't their mistress. She can't control or command them. She's far too afraid of what she's unwittingly summoned to have some kind of authority. This shouldn't be happening. It's like a nightmare. Please. Fiona holds her hand to her head and ducks down. Her eyes are filled with tears. Please, somebody help me. I would help her just to get my shit back. Well, what do you want to do, my lady? Quick save. Neve looks to me. Her eyes are dark and uninterested. Should we let the skeleton tear her apart? It'd be a good lesson for her. A cruel smile captures Neve, calm down. If she survives, of course, which is unlikely, the newly woken dead are not known for their good manners or their ways of handling women. I look at Fiona pinned against the tree. The skeletons are advancing even closer. The Fiona trembles. Her face, though tan, now looks pasty white. I know she did wrong me, but I can't help but feel sorry for her. Sorry for her, but my lady, she stole your necklace. Don't you wish to see her suffer? I think the little brat is getting what she deserves. Anybody who crosses you should suffer. I want to hear her scream more. I want her to cry much, much more. I appreciate your dedication to serving me and keeping me safe, Neve. Though, would watching a young girl get mauled really help me? But I don't want her to die. No, not die then. I may be taking things a bit too far. But it's alright if she gets injured, isn't it? Why don't we let the skeletons break a couple of or take an eye out? Maybe they can pull out a kidney. She has two of them, she doesn't need both. That'll teach her the thieving dog a lesson. Phew. Neve! I rest a restraining hand on my companion's shoulder. I think you're misunderstanding one crucial thing here. Oh, and what is that, milady? I might be the feared dark witch, but I'm not a murderer. I won't allow a young girl to be slaughtered in front of me, and I certainly won't let her kidneys be harvested either. It just isn't right. And it will be a shame, too. Fiona, despite her fast fingers, is very cute. I don't want her pretty face to get damaged. I would also be like, plus, it lets me hold something over her. She'll owe me on top of whatever happened. But, milady, what about her punishment? I will punish her as I see fit. Naturally, I haven't forgiven her for playing such a rotten trick on me or taking advantage of my kindness. But... Please, somebody! Skeletons are advancing even closer. One of them holds a sword aloft. point inches away from Fiona's head. All of a sudden, the sword swings down fast. Ha! Fiona screeches like a startled cat and ducks beneath the blade of the sword. Steel shaft hits the tree but where her head once was and gets stuck in the trunk. The tree shakes, a few leaves falls from there, some of them Fiona's hair. If she'd been a few seconds slower, her head would have been sliced clean into. Please, somebody, anybody. I'd walk up to her, give me my necklace back. Then this will end. She wants my help, I'll be more happy to give it to her, but I'll have to punish her afterwards, of course. There will be no meaning to her punishment if these skeletons carry it out. There's nothing more than thoughtless, faceless mobs that exist to, well, kill. Only a great and fearsome witch like myself can scold naughty girls like in the manner they deserve. Oh, my lady. Neve bows her head. I never thought of that, but you're right. If anybody is to punish her, you should. In fact, these skeletons have no right to lay their hands on that naughty girl before you can. It's more impertinent to them. Neve raises a palm of her right hand, her eyes harden, her jaw open. She looked just the same as she did in the marketplace before she assaulted Blake with a flurry of burned flames. Should I take care of the skeletons for you, my lady? I'll barbecue those old bones until they are turned into charcoal. Just give me the word and I'll do it. I appreciate it, Nia, but I believe I can take care of this for myself. I'm not called a Dark Witch for nothing, after all. Take a step forward, I raised my hand and declared loudly. Oh, you fallen warriors, heed my words. The skeletons pause, they look at me with their empty, sightless eye sockets. Huh? Fiona lifts her head. Her eyes are wide and wild. It's you, the kind lady. Kind lady? I raise an eyebrow. I believe I told you to call me mistress. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, mistress. You will be. You might think I'm kind now, but just you wait and see. I'll show you how cruel I can truly be. I draw my tongue against my lower lip. Fiona shivers. I don't know what you mean. So you dare to play dumb, even after you stole what is rightfully mine under my nose. I did no such thing. Don't act like a little fool. I know these things. The skeletons didn't sprout from nowhere. I don't know where they came from. I was just running through the forest on my way back home when all of a sudden, silence. Shoot a fearsome glare at Fiona that would terrify a dragon. As expected, she soon shuts up. They always do. Now, I turn back to the horde of undeads, as I'm sure they're already aware. My name is Viola. I am the Great Dark Witch. The Dark Witch? No way. Shoot another icy look at Fiona, and she soon silences herself, but her trembling doesn't stop. She's shaking so hard, her teeth are clinging together. I wouldn't be surprised if her bones were rattling. I see you have awakened from your slumber, because that insolent puppy took my necromancer's ruby necklace from me. I'm grateful that you would rise from your graves at such short notice to serve me, the great Viola, and I understand that you must be disappointed upon awakening to find not your mistress, but this dirty little thief with sticky fingers. If you wish to punish her for her ignorance, I understand, but I must command you to step aside. The girl has wronged me as such, I'm the one who will mete out her punishment. Nobody's allowed to lay so much as a phalanx on her, and if you do, I will make you suffer. I know magic that can turn bones into dust. I'll grind you down, I'll feed you to my pet, Hellhound in the Nightmare Citadel. I'll hurt you so badly you'll remember what dying feels like all over again. Do I make myself quite plain? Skeletons look between one another and their empty eye sockets. They hang their skulls. Their shoulder bones slump. Good. I all but purr the world. Now go back to where you came as the Great Dark Witch Viola. I command you. That seems to do the trick. They assemble with skeletons, bow to me deeply in reverence as they ought. Before they slink back to their graves, they lie down in the uncovered holes of dirt. They burst forth and cover themselves in dirt. That's the amount of respect I command amongst the dead. They're so afraid of me I could even order them to seal themselves away in the dark and the dirt of the worms once more. My powers are nothing to be sneezed at. Within 5 minutes, all traces of the skeletal army are gone. The soldiers have been put to rest once more, and I didn't need to use magic at all. The forest becomes peaceful once more. The sound of birdsong returns to the trees, and a soft, gentle breeze plays at my hair. It's a rather pleasant day, all things considered. The sun is shining. You. Fiona, however, looks anything but at peace. She stares at me with wild, frenzied eyes. Her pupils dilate, her hair is messy, and her face is horribly pale. You're... Yes, what is it, dear? You're the Dark Witch Viola. Indeed I am. For Fiona, a small curtsy. If that little performance wasn't enough, I'm back. If that little performance wasn't enough proof for you, I can always do this. With the click of my fingers, I revert the magic I was doing to disguise my normal clothes. My casual attire melts away to reveal my long dark gown, decorating my feathers. Fiona's eyes practically bulge out of her head at the magic show. I can't believe it. No way. Well, you better start believing in it. I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. You disgusting, swindling little bitch. Now I think you have something that belongs to me in your pocket. Would you care to give it back? Of course, if you're feeling brave, you can always refuse. But then I'd have to pull your spinal column out of your body through your mouth.